Welcome back to Light Crusader. So David still hasn't been able to find a bathroom.
Damn it.
So, again, have I mentioned that it's kind of weird that despite how broad and bulky he looks in the covers, he, again, looks rather scrawny in the actual game.
Yeah, you have.
And the face portrait.
Hold on. Dwebs. Yeah, that's you. The character you voiced at the opening cutscene.
Hi.
Listen to me.
Okay.
A spell was cast on my son because he opposed the Wizards Guild.
Oh, did he now?
Oh, wow.
Gasp.
Daring today, are we?
It said that in order to break the spell, we need the 4 orbs that are inside the shrine.
Oh, I get it. It's like in Final Fantasy 1.
One of air, one of water, and one of earth?
That's why I came here in such despair.
I understand.
Oh, he rhymes.
Why does it look like he's winking?
You look so old. I'll do something.
Wait.
Okay. Like Crusader movie with Tommy Wiseau as David.
Yes.
Sure.
And yeah, I love how it has the 4 orbs. What is that, like the 4 orbs in Final Fantasy 1? Anyway.
Oh, this music sounds like something that would fit in a Sonic
Actually,
game.
yeah, we haven't mentioned. Well, no, we have mentioned actually with it.
Whoa!
Yeah, we have.
Chop that guy's
Dwebs
top
did.
off.
Alright, so that...
It was actually pretty common.
Well, actually, go on.
Come on.
It was pretty common, Jova, for dungeon crawlers like these to have a bit of mature violence. Another pretty important case is the Immortal, a game which I think was published by EA, which is kind of like this, but it is its combat, which is excessively gory. I think the only version of it censored outright was the NES version.
Okay. No, nothing. I was just going to begin. Okay, so basically the story part of the US manual doesn't have anything that's the European one doesn't, so I'll save that for when I read the European storyline because that one is longer. It talks about stuff like teleportation and all this gameplay stuff, but it also has a final page talking about the game over and load game. It also has a section saying from the Oracle. Okay. I actually forgot if I'm going to... Yeah, okay, well, actually, hold on, there's
I think we're about to get our next boss fight.
Yeah, we're about to get the next boss battle, not to mention one of my favorite puzzles in the game, for hilarity's sake. Hold on, give me a moment.
This ought to be interesting.
It will, let me just... I have to, unfortunately...
Oh, wait, I know this. The answer is moldy cheese.
Not yet.
Well, you can get cheeses in... Oh, here you go. So, check out this puzzle, Jova.
He didn't say answer the riddle.
True.
Gasp.
Wow. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Took you how many days to figure this out, developers?
You see, the challenge is that nobody would think it's that easy.
And suddenly boss battle.
Oh, a Hydra?
This thing.
Okay, so let's try to save that guy.
It's clearly, not much, but
the swamp thing.
It's clearly based to that boss fight from the first Zelda with
Yeah. Again, you can tell Zelda was a big inspiration for this. Anyway, it says in the manual, from the Oracle, memorize where the 2 kinds of rune chambers are. It's easier to teleport than to walk from place to place. It's also easier to save the game at the closest rune chamber rather than go all the way back to one found earlier in the game. The same goes for magic fountains. Memorize their locations. Traveling back to the town of Green Rod? It's Green Row!
Green Rod, you say?
The town is called Green Row, not Green Rod. To buy items for healing.
Was somebody just horny when they wrote that?
What the fuck?
Definitely no proofreading. Remember, Joe, as I noted in a couple of the paragraphs from the European cover, they forgot to put the space after the dot. Before starting the next sentence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Saying Green Rod.
I say there, unhand that poor boy.
Yeah, to buy, you can buy. Oh, we're almost done.
Child
We're almost done because okay.
Don't touch the child.
Yeah, it's actually a normal. I think it's a fully grown man actually, but yeah. All right, I'll be this guy.
Cha-ching. Oops.
Oh boy, he was an insignificant chap.
What?
This music is so happy.
NEWS.
News.
Order is very important in everything.
Did he hit his head?
I love how even David's confused by what he's saying.
Okay, that's the game's way of telling you. By the way, think about the order of things moving forward. Basically, something regarding the puzzles we're going to have to solve in this floor.
We'll assume you're okay, bud, and just leave you there, even though we were questioning if you hit your head.
Not to mention the NEWS. That's the solution for one of the major puzzles to get the 4 orbs. So
Makes me wonder, though, like, in that regard, like, okay, I know the twist is probably that, you know, he's definitely talking sense, but I wonder why he's speaking so cryptic-like. Like, was he
It was
brainwashed
very
or
common
something?
throughout games at the time to have quirky NPCs that will tell nonsense on a surface level, but in reality will basically drop hints to the player.
Oh, I get that. I'm just
With characters
wondering.
lampshading how bizarre that was.
I guess I'm wondering what's the story reason for the sun to do it?
I don't know.
Not a son.
Anyway, we got a cheese, but cheese in this game heals your status effects.
Wait, hold on. I assume that he was the son of that old guy who said that his son was taken.
No, he is not, Jova. We'll talk about that later. Fun fact, the status effects. The only status effect I've ever gotten in this game is poison. Guess what poison does to you?
Well, okay, logically it should slowly reduce your HPs, but if you're asking that, it probably does not that.
It inverts your walking controls.
That's what the confused debuff should do.
Yeah, but no, it's the poison one, because it says poisoned when it happens, and you're gonna see that later in this playthrough.
What are all the debuffs you can get in this game?
As far as I'm aware, only poison. The manual doesn't say anything about other debuffs, and the only debuff I've ever gotten throughout the years is poison. I can tell you, Jova, that status effects are not at all common in this game, so it's not like it's something that you need to concern yourself over, to be honest with you. Like most of the time, I go through this entire game without getting poisoned. I did get poisoned once in this playthrough, so far, but trust me, most of the time I don't even get that. Like most of the time, I go through the entire game without even getting a single debuff. So trust me, debuffs are not something you need to concern yourself over.
Interesting. The gate.
Hold on, Teo. So here's the green orb. And like that guy said, order is important in everything. So obviously we need to spell out some kind of order involving these 4 buttons. R, G, B, Y. So we need to find out some kind of clue that tells us what the order of this puzzle is. Remember, the clue we got from that guy was NEWS, which does not correspond to these letters. So NEWS is for another puzzle. So I guess we'll come back here later when we find the solution. All right, we'll put a pin on that. We'll put a pin on that room and come back here later. All right, let's try another place. Remember, basically, in case you missed it, the old man who sent us on this quest gave us a gold key which can open certain doors. So let's explore more. See what.
Oh, he's still there.
NEWS, yeah. Order is very important in everything. So NEWS, keep that in mind.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
okay.
Unlike other NPCs, he doesn't go back after being rescued.
Okay. It seems really that the only debuff mentioned here is actually poison, but interestingly enough, multiple items can actually cure you from that.
Yep.
Cheese, water, wine, and a blue potion. But interestingly enough, the black potion actually poisons yourself.
Yep.
Why would you use that then?
Failed experimentation.
It's a trick. It's a trick item, Joe. But the only place you can get black potion is in a wizard shop from later in the game. However, there's also one called Odd Potion. If I remember correctly, the Odd Potion gives you some kind of random effect. I think. I never bother with it because the red potion already heals your entire health anyway, so you're better off just getting that one because the odd potion is like 4,000 GP, so it's not really worth the investment if you ask me. You're better.
The blue potion cures poison.
The red
potion heals 100 HP. The green potion gives you 99 of every element. The odd potion turns you invisible.
Oh, okay. Alright, never mind then.
In terms of invisibility, what type of invisibility?
I don't know.
Okay, that's the thing is, I remember getting the odd potion back when I was a kid, because basically there is a way in this game you can grind for money very easily, so you can get it relatively easy. It just takes a bit of time of grinding. But honestly, I remember not caring much for it. Usually I just stick to the regular healing items. I mean, okay. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the invincibility just makes you invisible to the enemies, which is fine. I mean, I'm not particularly excited about getting one because it's 4,000 GP, which requires a lot of money grinding, and I'm not really, so I'm not particularly. So trust me, it's not something. This game is not particularly challenging. Trust me, it's not really worth all the time it takes to grind for that amount of money. I assure you. Like.
Interestingly enough,
Actually, I like this puzzle, actually. Because remember, basically the red laser hurts things. It also, and remember, the way you activate switches is by hitting with your sword. So basically you have to put that laser high enough so that the platforms will be, so that you can get to the other switch. So yeah, this is actually a pretty clever puzzle that makes good use of the game's isometric perspective, actually. There you go. Go on.
That was a good puzzle.
There we go. Interestingly enough, because I checked what I noticed when I was checking, the GameFAQs section of this game actually is relatively up to date because someone actually put all the different floors maps, very detailed with different icons representing where each item or enemy might be, and all of them happened to be on last year, 2022. So interesting to see that there's someone wanting to keep
it's because
community alive for this game.
It's because despite its obscure reputation, the game is very easily accessible. It's on Steam. You can get it.
It was in the first batch of the Sega Genesis Mega Drive games on the Switch, as we noticed.
Like I said, it's very easy to just pick up and play.
Thank you. What am I doing in a place? Wow, they literally just copy pasted the line from the other woman. Like, but whatever.
Thank you for releasing me.
I was about to say that's the same thank you from the.
I'm gonna give credit. This game still has better NPC dialogue than Zelda 1, which I know that's not really a high bar, but still.
It's a secret to everybody.
No, that line's fine. Like, my problem is that, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you. Like Johnny pointed out in his review of Zelda 1, grumble, grumble. Yeah, clearly that means you need to give this guy some meat, right? Like, what are you, stupid? But anyway, let me just finish reading off this section in the manual. Okay, it says, many of the rooms you enter on your adventure are actually puzzles. No shit. After entering such a room, spend a little bit of time trying to solve the puzzle rather than heading blindly into action. You might save a lot of time this way. Hold on. Spend a little bit of time trying to solve the puzzle rather than heading blindly into action. If it's a puzzle room, you can't head blindly into action. You have to solve the puzzle.
You'd be surprised.
Anyway, penumbra. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Okay, how can I explain this? It's a state similar to the one of dusk.
Okay.
Well, okay. In the meantime, explain about this puzzle. I'll check in the meantime.
So we have
a penumbra is basically the shadow cast by the Earth or Moon during an eclipse.
Okay. Okay, so here's
it's an astronomy term.
Yeah, I can get that. Okay, so star, we have the moon, we have a full moon, at least I think it's the full moon, maybe it's the sun. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, let's call it the black orb is the moon and the white orb is the sun, just for the sake of simplicity. So there you go. That's the order. It has to be star, moon. Well, actually, no. Star, quarter moon.
The moon when it's obscured and its cycle, and then the one instead when it's full.
Yeah.
Also, too, you were onto something because whereas I did give the astronomical definition, the regular noun of penumbra is sort of the partially shaded outer region of a shadow cast by an opaque object.
That's because my country uses still that term, technically. It's obviously a bit less used for the English language, but still.
Mm-hmm.
We use it over here too. We just have it for both a regular noun and also for terms of astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Boom.
Okay, so that was the US manual. I couldn't find much of anything. However, there's also an interesting thing regarding the UK manual. So the UK manual starts with the storyline saying, "Begin the search." And it says, "I am David Lander, swordsman in the service of my lord, the great King Frederick of Whitewood." So that's the name of his kingdom, Whitewood. "I have fought with the strangest of creatures and searched for precious treasures, but today I have received the most unusual duty of my entire life. A few days I returned to White..." Yes?
I was pretty sure you're supposed to jump onto that platform over there.
Yeah. I remember, Joe, but this is my first time playing the game in like a few years, so I might misremember some of the puzzles.
Fair.
There you go, see. I usually just like to just chill and just try various things, but whatever. Remember, Joe, I need to think a little bit instead of heading blindly into action like the manual says. So...
Of course. So hit the bomb, then get it up.
Yeah, inform me that his elder brother, other than King Whedon of this land of Green Row. See, this guy can say... See, this manual can say it properly. It's Green Row, not Green Rod. Desired my presence, weary of battle, I thought I was coming for a pleasant rest.
What does the music box do, Pedro?
Oh, the music box. The music box is a music puzzle. Remember that music puzzle with the ARP in King's Quest 7? It's something along those lines. Later on, we're going to get a... Oh, shit, fuck. Seriously, for a moment there I thought I got stuck, but fortunately, I don't know what the hell happened there. Anyway, yeah. Okay, we have a music box, meaning there's a music puzzle somewhere in here. Okay, let's try and solve this puzzle. And while this puzzle is being solved, because I have to quote unquote think for a little bit. Let's continue reading. Desire battle. Thought I was going for a pleasant rest. Yeah, no, it's the other languages. Trembling, King Whedon informed me that his townsfolk has been disappearing daily. None of the astrological charts reveal anything. Why would the astrological... I guess the whole fortune-telling thing, sure. Not even the king's own oracle can provide the answer. Again, most useless oracle ever. But Green Row is always...
Well, okay. The thing about oracles is that they're not always meant to provide clear, straight-cut answers. What they do is give premonitions or massive hints that really do that bout of winking heavily towards you on what the solution is, but again, not giving you the clear answer. It's not necessarily often because that's how they intently do things, but it's more so it's because of what's within their vision, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this can vary from oracle to oracle, but again, my guess is that this oracle seems to know how to get started on the solution, but doesn't give you the whole thing wrapped in a bow.
I guess. The rest is basically the stuff we already know, like something evil is at work, blah 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 blah. No, it talks about how you save a game, how you delete a game.
Delete them.
Yeah, delete them. It also has the around town section, which literally gives you basic instructions on what you should do first when you start the game. So you can tell that the developers were really thinking of the fact that these kind of games still had yet to become mainstream in the West. So nice. There's main screen, magic, blah 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 blah, inventory, equip. But there's also another section that I want to talk about. Where was it? Selecting magic. No, it's at the end of the manual. Fuck. I forgot how long this manual is. Game over. Oh, from the Oracle, which is the same thing as in the American manual, so we'll skip this. And then it has just like... And guess what, guys? Just like the just like the Cowabunga Collection manuals we've been reading recently, this manual also has a section about how to handle your cartridge. Check this out. Okay, this cartridge is intended exclusively for the Sega Mega Drive system. So there you go, Dwebs. Do not try putting this in a Master System. There you go.
Of course.
Oh, this, okay, that clock freezes time. So basically the idea is that you can freeze the bomb and put it there. And now you can unfreeze it. And there you go, now you can blow out the door. Keep that in mind for later, because time puzzles will become harder as we progress. So that's basically the game's way of teaching you how time puzzles work, basically.
Man, imagine if life was so simple that you could just stop time by hitting a clock.
Yeah. Anyway, so, guess what? Here's how you handle your Light Crusader Mega Drive cartridge for, as the manual puts it, proper usage. Number 1, do not immerse in water. Number 2, do not bend. Number 3, do not subject to any violent impact. Okay, Dwebs. Whenever you're handling your Mega Drive cartridge, Dwebs, make sure you don't smash it with a hammer. Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I get really angry?
Smash something else with that hammer.
Yeah.
Smash a copy of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. There you go. There's a. That's a good way to expel your anger. Okay. Do not expose to direct sunlight. Okay. Do not damage or disfigure. Disfigure. Make sure, everybody, do not disfigure. You know what? Hey, guys, do you think you can? Do you think this is only for Mega Drive cartridges? Do you think you can disfigure a Switch cart?
I wonder.
No, do not.
Lord knows. Well, people apparently didn't disfigure it by licking it because, of course,
I guess,
they had to
yeah.
take that challenge.
Do not place near any high temperature source. Do not burn the cartridge. Okay? Okay. This is number 6. So number 7. Do not expose to thinner, benzene, etc. Why would somebody even do that to begin with?
Clearly, somebody is a scientist concocting these experiments.
Was it?
Tell them no.
Was there some kind of common problem in the 90s that I was not aware of, where people would constantly get their technological expensive stuff near fucking benzene?
According to that, the comic drama where Vapora is the villain, I forgot if it was like Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and...
Wait, was that the Daredevil PSA?
Potentially, people apparently used to clean things with petroleum, so what the fuck do I know?
Okay.
I guess.
That being said, like Linkara pointed out, in typical PSA fashion, they really made the main kids kind of dumb as rocks there. Like, sure, okay, let me put it like this. Yes, technically, it is possible to clean stuff with those things. Now, granted, and I should enunciate, this is like a practice that really went out of style a long time ago, and a lot of people by the time of that comic knew better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, look, not to say that there's nobody that dumb, but they are definitely in the vast minority for a reason.
I mean, I get that most people who played video games during the 90s were kids, like gaming had yet to become a proper mainstream hobby yet. It was at this point in time, it was mostly just gamers and children. So I can understand that they wanted to make sure the kids would not do stupid shit with the cartridge, but I can tell you that even as a kid, I never tried to dump my Mega Drive cartridges in fucking benzene.
Hey, Pedro, you want to know how dumb that PSA makes the kids who use the petroleum look like? Now, they're using petroleum to clean off something like a motorcycle. So what do they do after cleaning it with that very flammable liquid? They kickstart it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus.
I wonder, can the Switch cart survive being dumped on benzene?
Who knows? Maybe they have
That reminds me, Teo. Don't you have a similar history regarding your physical copy of Super Mario Bros. Deluxe?
Yeah, I mentioned off commentary to Pedro, but when I was reading the manual, I said that the first thing about the not dumping your cartridge in water can be potentially bullshit, because I can attest that accidentally, mind you, the cartridge that I had of Super Mario Bros. Deluxe accidentally ended up in the laundry machine and survived unscathed completely. Oh, I don't know.
In between parts, I looked up how to do the sound test for this game. So finally, I can play Answer the Riddle over and over again to my heart's content.
Goodness gracious.
I think there already is do I have the soundtrack for this? Let me check. I think I do. If I don't, it's still easy to get. But yeah, people have done sound rips of this game. Like if you go to Zolfar.net, I'm pretty sure they have it there. No, I don't have the soundtrack for this one. But yeah. Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've learned that we should not dunk our games into benzene. That should be helpful somehow. Anyway.
Yeah. So I wonder. It's interesting that particular style of telling people what not to do with their cartridge never carried over into the optical media.
Oh, hold on, guys. We found another scroll. We found another scroll, another one of the 5 scrolls, and it says blue indicates number 4. Hold on, blue indicates number 4. Now, what puzzle room have we seen that has something revolving the word blue? Yeah. So, remember, RGBY. So, who knows, maybe RGBY stands for red, green, blue, yellow? Who knows?
David has to build a gaming laptop set.
I guess. Anyway, it also has some extra points here. When wet, dry completely. Oh, there you go, Teo. Here's what you should have done with your cartridge. When wet, dry completely before using. Did you do that too?
I just left it there to dry it, yes, but
like how would warnings like that work for a CD disc, like at the PlayStation?
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if that happens with CD, the CD gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah, like don't accidentally drop your CD into a shredder.
Don't accidentally drop an anvil on your PS1 disc. It might break.
Don't try to eat your disc.
Yeah.
Well, okay. To be fair, Dwibs, that is legit the reason why Nintendo made Nintendo Switch cartridges apparently taste as bitter as they do. I wouldn't know. I haven't licked it like the many people who tried it.
Because that kind of mentality, what we can do to discourage young children to actually, eat our cartridges. Let's actually poison their tongues.
To be fair, it doesn't poison them. It's just
just because it doesn't actually damage your body, doesn't actually mean that it's the horrible taste still is dangerous.
I can answer your question, Jover. I know.
What?
How a Nintendo Switch cartridge tastes like.
Right, yeah.
Terrible? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have been surprised, but it does.
Anyway, this guy is once again telling these that same thing, that these guys sap their victim's life force.
They give them the souk.
And use it to revitalize the demons.
Oh.
This was by order of the Guildmaster, Bloodroak. That's the villain.
Gee, what a name.
Bloodroak.
Yes. Okay then.
What a story, NPC. Which, by the way, the portrait doesn't even look like what Sprite on Field is.
Yeah, true. Okay. Beat them. Okay. It also says, when it becomes dirty, carefully wipe it with a soft cloth dipped in soapy water. Wait, but I thought you said not... Objection! Your Honor, there's a contradiction in this manual. Like, it's just like... No. The game, this page literally spent most of its point trying to tell me, do not get this thing wet. And now it's saying, when it's dirty, wipe it with a soft cloth dipped in soapy water. So which is it? Can I get it wet?
Wait. Allow me to explain. The idea is that the cloth itself is damp, so you can just dab it on the thing. So, okay, it's... Let me put it like this. When they say don't get it wet, they mean, like, don't get it soaking wet. In this case, it would be a bit where, like, you're patting it down. Like, think about it like, you know, putting cleaner fluid for glasses on a cloth, essentially, but you're not putting it directly on the glass lens.
I guess. All right.
In that case, then, it's more like you're...
Alright, Joe, let's see if you can put your ear to the test. We have to listen to the music box and reproduce the melody. This is me trying. I'll succeed in relatively quickly, don't worry. Basically, what I do is I try out various bins, and when I get to eventual change, I just listen to the melody over and over. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, if you happen to be deaf, get somebody to help you, I guess. Sorry.
Xenogears had also that door puzzle that you mentioned, so yeah, it sadly was a common thing like that.
Honestly, anything that's music-based in games, you're gonna have a tough time with. In a lot of these games, unless you're very good at sensing vibrations like Beethoven was.
How that guy who did the quote-unquote music for Resident Evil Director's Cut claimed he did.
I thought he claimed he was blind.
I thought he was deaf. Maybe that was... well, the point is he faked the whole thing.
Yeah. And made a... Whew, he suddenly made a soundtrack for Resident Evil the Director's
I also love the voice that says when you solve the puzzle, switch on. Switch on?
Switch on?
No, that's the thing.
Sounds like a Kamen Rider saying.
No, that would be the Kamen Rider way to say it, but he says, switch on! You're gonna hear it in a moment.
Way of saying it.
Is it code for well done?
This is one of those, what do you call these things? Musical forks, I think that's what you call these things?
Tuning forks.
That's it, tuning forks.
They look like musical, they look like musical American football goals.
Okay. Almost there. I've almost got it figured out, I think. Let me hear it again. Okay.
Huh. Sounds like something that wouldn't be too out of place in Lavender Town. Almost? Ah.
Fuck. I'm almost there. Hold on. I'm doing progress. Okay. Basically, when it comes to these types of puzzles, I just take my time and slowly discover the specific order based on the sounds, basically. So I just take my time.
Hello and welcome to Like Crusader Part 5, where we're still on this puzzle.
Nah, don't worry. We're all.
While we wait.
Go on. No, go on.
Funny enough, Wojova, my country and a couple of European ones, so it's not just me. There we go, red orb. We actually used the original Greek term that was used for tuning fork, diapason.
Huh. Interesting.
Anyway, there's
fancy, but the English one is a bit more discreet.
There's actually 2 more points. There's actually 3 more things I would like to mention about the handling the cartridge page. After use, put it in its case. Okay, reasonable. And final one, be sure to take an occasional recess during extended play. Basically, don't play for too long, otherwise it hurts your eyes. Yeah. It also says, warning, for owners of projection televisions, oh boy, Jova and Dwebs, here we go. For owners of projection televisions, still pictures or images may cause permanent picture tube damage or mark phosphor of the CRT. Avoid repeated or extended use of video games on large screen projection televisions. Once again, Mega Drive games will destroy your fucking projection TVs.
So I don't have a projection TV.
Yeah. I really have to wonder, were projection TVs at homes very common back in these days? Because I never heard of any of this. Were projection TVs used specifically, for projecting something to a public or something? Like, I never heard of this being a thing people had in their homes.
Well, okay, projector TV was probably a much older version of TV, Well,
but it says
yeah,
okay, let's go on. Sorry.
I think what it's suggesting is sort of like the sort of tech that TVs had in it, like, how to put it like this? Okay, I think most TVs nowadays use LED technology as opposed to projector technology. Like
At some point, they tried to use liquid crystals, but that didn't work out.
I can tell you.
Have a look
sorry.
at this. Like, this is like, a projector TV. Like, remember when TVs were a lot more box-like as opposed to nowadays you mainly get flat screen and whatnot. I think the idea is that back then there was a projector inside the TV, or at least the common types of TV. Hence the term projection TV. Yeah,
the thing is, Java, it also says here, pictures or images, still pictures and images, may also cause mark phosphor on the CRT. So apparently even the CRTs can be damaged from this. I can tell that my CRTs never got damaged from extended play or still images and shit like that from games. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about here, to be honest with you.
Weird, isn't it?
Anyway, everybody, remember, for the rest of this playthrough, make sure to be careful because the images in this playthrough may destroy your computer screen. So
remember, don't clean your cartridge with gasoline.
Yes, Squirm will not be held responsible for any damage you do to your computer screen. So you have been you have been warned. All right, see you then.
Yeah.